Good morning. Welcome to episode 76 of Sunday Morning Coffee with me, Annie, and you fine people. Forward to seeing every week. Yay. If you've not been here before, every week we do a little route. I don't know why I'm being extra stretchy today. What do we do here? Oh yeah, so we chat about everything that's happened in the week of Bad Squiddo with some other things that I put in there. And I get distracted by the sidebar. Boo, because look at it, it's all happening. The chat's happening. We have a little bit of a chat about what's happening next week. I usually tell you way too much because you're in the crew. So I usually give you some extra spoilers of things that's coming along or controversial hot takes. So there's all that to look forward to. So I have loads of things to chat to about today. And you're in luck, because I've been in a misery, but I'm not in a misery currently. Hey, so you get a much better show than you would have got yesterday, I think. Let me just get that. Doom. Hello. Where should we start? Got the thing, it's all set up. Look at me, it's all set up for once. I don't have to tweak anything. Might get a hint of pig coming there. What have we got? What's going on? What's going on in the chat? How are you? How are you dealing with the world at the moment? I have been having even more COVID dreams. Hair on the screen. Do you find like most of my dreams now involve either like social distancing and masks or anxiety over social distancing and masks? So I had the classic back to school dream, which I get a lot. We've got to go back to school. And I'm going, but I'm 30 and I run a war games company. Like, but you never did your A levels, so you have to go back. I get that all the time. But now we've added, and everyone has to wear masks and social distance. Like, brains, why are you like this? So a bonus of me now going back to putting my worldly plans after it's sideways. You can't see any of them. I've gone back to using paper journaling over digital because I mostly switched to digital last year. Now I'm back to paper. It's a bit of an experiment. So that back on paper. And the bonus of this for the content of Sunday morning coffees is that I can flick back and on the app, once I'd completed a task, it was sort of gone forever. There's a pig. This time I can actually go back and go, what did I actually do this week? And all my tasks are there, all crossed out, because I've been ace this week. And yeah, I get to see what I've actually done. And that's quite nice for just myself mentally, sort of rounding up the week. Whilst we're at peak concurrence, tonight I am recording, I believe it's a podcast rather than a video. I think it's a podcast at 7 tonight. It's not live, so I don't know when it'll be out, but probably not much later. It's on Across the Pond Wargamers, Across the Pond podcast. I haven't been on there before. Gary, I think, is the chap. I'm on there with a bunch of people. Hopefully none of this is spoilers and it's a secret or anything. But it's for an upcoming episode. There/ me, Jasper from Miniature War Games, Elon, the child star, / now historian guy. He's an ace. Who's the other person? Who else have we got? Jay Arnold from something podcast. 2D6 podcast, something like that podcast. So yeah, we're all on that, chatting about ethics in wargaming. So it's quite a heavy subject. I'm actually really excited to chat about it because it's something I've got lots of things to say about, but maybe not what you expect. So it's quite an interesting chat, and the subjects on there are a definite like good talking points. So, and they're good people on the on there as well. So there's nobody that I thought, oh no, not that guy. What are they doing on there? It's going to be the worst. So it should be quite an interesting discussion. So I'm looking forward to that as a thing to watch back, as content for you lots. And for me, just to have a chat. I think that'll be pretty cool. So keep an eye out, and I'll what's it? I'm gonna say, keep an eye out, and yeah, you'll see it, and it'll be ace. get on Till Dice Do Us Part. Simon introduced me via Baggy's Cave. I will ask them. I still haven't listened to any of it. I like them a lot though, so yeah, maybe I'll do that. I have done an interview amnesty in about, was it August or September or something? I said I wasn't going to any more shows because I was just totally overwhelmed, and shows take up a lot of brain space. So I haven't been on anything because it's just been an extra thing, and it's been really great to not, as much as I love doing them, just with all the stuff going on at the moment. Even if there's one a few days away, it's sort of like taking up some space in my head. I agreed to do this because it's a good talking point, and it's a bit of a special episode rather than just an Annie getting interviewed. It's got some other stuff happening, so that's generally pretty chill. Just realised I haven't plugged this thing in, so hopefully it's still going well. What's it? Yeah, it's not something that requires 100% Annie, and I thought, yeah, that would be pretty good. And yeah, exactly. I don't think there's really a right answer, so I'm going to annoy everyone for the entire episode saying, well, there's not really an answer, is there? Who knows? Everyone has different limits, so I won't spoiler it anymore for you, but I'm looking forward to that. I think I'm going to have to not talk for the rest of today other than this show, as I was on Skype and Zoom yesterday. I was socialising from about 2 o'clock till 10 o'clock, non-stop. I was painting, and I had various painting sessions with friends, so chatting and painting, and I realised that's the most socialising I've done in a very long time, so it somehow absolutely knackered me, just all the chatting, in a good way, and made me think I should be less terrified of doing video chats, especially as I do these. So the veteran wargamer, that's it. There's all sorts going on there. Yeah, so I've not been a fan of that sort of hangout on video chat thing, but I like it when there's something that you can do. And I've been so out of painting. Now I'm back trying to get stuff painted. It's been quite therapeutic that there's not the pressure to be endlessly social, that you can kind of just paint and chat like I would have done before the war sort of thing. The bonus is I got this guy done. So I was in a very bad mood yesterday, and I was in a very bad mood the day before. And this has cheered me up no end. I'm going to wave it here, and then I'll show you the photo, because we know that this never worked. Oh, there we go. Because it's huge. I painted this yesterday. I love it so much, and every part of painting it was enjoyable. I normally have this part where it's just not fun. But all of this was fun. I love it so much, and it's made me really happy, and I'm really happy with how it looks as well. Ah, look how cool he is. It's so huge as well. So that's like 28 mil there. Look at him. You know I like my ghouls as well. He'll get blurry as he comes up, but so he's on his throne there. I like that he's blessing this spirit here. You are blessed, yes. And now they're all clambering up because he's so cool. They're like, oh, notice me, senpai. Ooh. And there's a lovely bit there, so someone can actually stand on there too. So it can even be a base for another mini. How crazy is that? Or like a Padawan that can go there. So I don't know what that is. It's like a bunch of meat, I've guessed. Ristul will be watching, going, "Why is she painted it like that for?" So this is sculpted by Ristul, and it's sold by Ristul, so it's not part of the Bad Squiddo line. So if you want one, you can get one off Ristul's website. So it's ristulscreations.com, I believe. I love it. I love it. Look how cool it is. I'm so chuffed with it, and it's nice seeing it painted because it's been on my side for ages in its grey form, and yeah, seeing it as a completed beast, and it's just satisfying. So this new painting style I've been doing, yeah, it does remind me a bit of Snoke. There's a bit of Snoke, a bit of the engineer from Prometheus, and what else? A bit of the guy from 300 as well. I love it, and it's been satisfying. What I've been trying to do lately is to finish painting in each session. So I'm not allowed to finish until the thing is finished, to stop my finishing at 80%, which is what I normally do. So it means I get that reward from each thing. So I just love it. I love it so much. I'm going to take some photos later, some better photos, because I put some up last night, but they were obviously in the dark of the kitchen. I did want to put some blood on it, the Tamiya blood effect, but I don't think I need to, actually. I think it may scare it over his face. Got a bit of a pout going on. That's because he's king of the ghouls. Who wouldn't? I love it. I just love it. All the ghosts. So yeah, go buy one. Go buy one from Ristul. Go buy one. So it's 28 mil. So they're 28 mil people for scale, or people, ghosts. I was going to paint them like zombies, but then I liked the blue and red combo. I thought that looked particularly good as a contrast, which I can't remember if I came up with it myself or if I stole it off somebody subconsciously. But yeah, I'm just keep showing it because I'm so happy with it. Look at that. Hey. Right, I'm going to talk about something else now, but look at what you did. Go buy one. Go buy one. It'd make Ristul really happy. Although he currently can't ship to the UK, so there's that. That's a whole other thing. So yeah, this is just an hour of me going, damn, that's such a good sculpt. And I painted that pretty damn good. Dave Corley recognises those colours. Are you inspired to do a blue and red colour scheme, Dave? If you added the right mini in front of the dude, it would be a cool diorama. See, I like the idea of someone facing the dude or kneel before the ghoul king. I did take a photo to show you the scale. I got one of my ghouls out, so I'll show you that. I can see how excited I get over ghouls. I love them. Where is he? Where are you? There you are. Let me just put my light up. Oh, I've got a text from Mum. Oh, my mum said, morning, you look beautiful today. Oh, thank you, Mum. What a nice mum. There we are. There's the ghoul. So that's a normal ghoul. Next, the ghoul king's looking down on him in disdain. But he says, he noticed me. Oh no, he looked at me. So of course that. Woo! What have I got going on there? So okay, I did copy the red and blue off Dave. I was seeing how long I could get away with it before he loses his mind in the chat there. Yes, Dave was showing me his Dead Zone peoples in red and blue, and they look really good. And I thought, yeah, I'll take some of that. I said I was going to copyright it and make loads of money out of his idea, but foiled, thwarted now. Dang it. So yes. And while I'm here, I guess you should go check out Dave's stuff, actually, because he's a very good sculptor and a very good painter too. He's Corley's Cauldron on Facebook. And the more likes that he gets right now or in the next hour, then the more cups of tea he owes me. So go do it. Also, the stuff's really cool. You'll see a lot of sculpts that you recognise as well from Forge of Ice and Fenris. So it's one of those where they post the work in progresses up as well. And I know you'd like seeing all that sort of stuff. So you can see a lot of greens pics, hot greens pics. So that's good. Let me just get comfy. I haven't took a sip of my coffee today. And I have spectacled guinea pigs today. And decaf coffee for your interest. I need to get sponsored by a coffee company. Decaf though. Still on the decaf. What we got going on there? Oh yeah, I forgot. I put a little bit of honey in this as well. Oh, what a great idea. Good old past Annie. Go there. So I'm just chatting, just reading the comments, sipping tea now. Let's move back here. Where am I? Enraging Dave. Yes, I was quite impressed when I came up with the red and blue scheme. What we got here? I don't think I consciously copied it actually, but I think it was stuck in my mind as, oh, that's a cool thing to do. Oh, those colours go well. Right, what have I got? What have I got here? What have we got? Oh, you can't put links in there because it automatically stops you. But if you copy paste what Dave's put there, Corley's Cauldron, then it will come up. Podcast done. Painted Ristul done. Hanging out on chat. Yes, that was very fun. I'm going to do some more of that. I'm going to try and see if I can get Mum to learn how to do that as well. Oh yeah, so I did that for like 2 till 10, but then I spoke to Mum on the phone for an hour before that. So yesterday I was just chatting. I was antagonising Ristul on Messenger as well in between. So I was like a social beast yesterday, which was good. What else have we got? I did a day at home. Tuesday, I did a day at home. Because I thought, I haven't actually got any post due today. I'm going to work at home. Getting the tram to work and back is an ongoing background massive source of anxiety. So let's have a day not doing that. And I got loads done. I loved working in the kitchen, although I was too near the fridge. Where my desk is, it stares at the fridge. I'm like, why am I hungry all the time? Like, oh, yes. Because I'm there going, hello, fridge. And then it was like, okay, I'll make a coffee instead. And then every time I make a coffee, certain 5 little critters all start going, wee! So then I have to keep spoiling them. But as a 1 day a week, I'm kind of tempted to do that. It's just all logistics based on what post due and things like that. Yeah, it was nice to have a day working at home. I think I did longer hours, but I had more breaks. I even had a nap. I had a nice little midday nap. No, Dave, when you put a link in, it just auto flags it just to stop people doing bad things. I can't do anything at the moment. Oh, I could probably post it. Hey! But now you've got to deal with me clicking. So we're going, hang on, how do I do this? I did it before, remember? But it doesn't mean you have to bear with me. Look at all this free advertising. Imagine getting this free advertising. Yeah, there he is. What? That's a different link. How do I copy? Copy. Hey. And then I go here because I've got permission. So I'm special. I am allowed to paste. If it lets me. Come on. Yeah, we can do it. Yo! We're getting there. Hey! There it is. So Dave, you've got to post. You've got to count how many likes you got and then how many you get from this swarm. There's 47 people here. 47 cups of tea after the war. Yes. Yes. Close that. Right, what else have we got? Is that 47 people here, but just 21 likes on the video? Oh my. What else have I achieved this week? We have a whole load of releases, but you're going to have to wait for that. What we got? Soviet Brief. Bang! I finally finished the next wave of Soviet Brief. We're going to be doing endless Soviets this year, so don't worry about that. So if what you were waiting for isn't in the next wave of Soviets, it will be in the wave afterwards, because we're going yawn crazy and Soviet crazy. I want to show you, I've got pandas coming out there. You see a cheeky panda. I saw a sneaky release this morning. What? Oh yeah, there's loads. There's so much. So much. What was I going to say? Where am I? It's the weekly Annie going, who are these people? What was I on? Soviet Brief. Yes, so all of the current Soviets have been briefed. I've been a bit late with it, so like I've been a few sculpts ahead of the sculptor, going, sort it out. So yes, there are some very exciting minis, and one spoiler is one of my references involved Hacksaw Ridge. And that's all you're going to know for now. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of Soviets. They're going to come straight out. See, Dave, I make you a star. All right, so yeah, Soviet research is always knackering, always takes ages, which is why there's been a bit of a delay, because I'll get there. I'll be nearly there. I was really struggling with the Night Witches, actually. Spoiler, Night Witches, because I wanted to do Night Witches and pilots. And people tend to lump all the pilots into being called Night Witches when they're not, because they were just the bomber pilots. And it wasn't all women. It wasn't an all women. I think it was one. I'm really bad with military terms. This is where Alex Woods will go. But yeah, of all of the night bombers, it was a sort of a portion were women. But that's the thing, because Night Witches is a cool name. It's kind of got a lot more famous, but there's obviously loads of different pilot aces and stuff like that, which aren't Night Witches. No. We're not doing Hacksaw Ridge, but there's part of the film was used as a Pose reference. Alex, when you know it. On that note, I got invited to a podcast quiz with a bunch of industry buffins, and it was a group email inviting people on, and it's a quiz where, like an annual quiz, where you're quizzed on military history and wargaming, which I assume is more like the older history of wargaming, which kind of sounds like my idea of hell, because it sounds like an entire here's a parade of Annie not knowing things whilst getting annoyed about not knowing things, because obviously everyone else is Sabaton do a song about the Night Witches, and it's informative, so you should look that up. What's it? Gosh, why is my brain going? What's that? What's my brain doing? I don't know what it's on about. Night Witches quiz. Yes, the quiz. Yeah. I do not know about nowhere near as much as the people in there. They were all like, this is me not being rude, all generally over 50 and with a lifetime of military history knowledge. Annie just me going, I don't know. And then I was on the spot. I thought, oh, maybe if I was on it, they'd sneak some women questions in. But because I was on the spot, I probably wouldn't know those either. It's just me going, oh my God, I've lost all my credibility. So I did reply to the email. It was loads of all of the historical companies you buy from, basically. You would recognise them all. I won't name anyone. But I replied all with no, unless you're really, really desperate for somebody. I don't stand a chance against you nerds. See ya. And sent it. And I went, oh no, I don't know all the people in that email. I don't know if they know what I'm like. And I've just offended half the industry there. Oh, like the Don Featherston gate. I am the worst person ever. I think I'm safe so far. I mentioned it on Twitter and I had a few people going, I splattered my tea down my knitted vest when I saw that. Stand a chance against you nerds. I don't know. It would be embarrassing for me. There are no military history nerds like wargamers who seriously looked up exactly accurate colour schemes and stuff. Yeah. I'm going to watch it though. I'm going to play along from home, watch it, listen when it's on, see if I would have got any. I got there. Me and my endless faux pas probably should end up into one of those like coffee table books. So where do we get there? Webinar. Oh, that's boring. Why have I put a boring thing on here? I did some HMRC webinars, which destroyed my will to live. Probably didn't help move my mood this week. I'm just gonna mention it. There's like those things that I did. Yes, I did the webinar. And yeah, the webinar was tough. What was it? You'd be annoying if you watch, you know all the answers. I don't think I will. As a self-proclaimed newbie to all of this, Well, I think I've said in quite a few interviews that my knowledge of I know it's not just World War II, but my knowledge of history in general is pretty terrible, and I'm entirely blaming the educational system for only teaching us about Henry VIII, and the patriarchy for not making me interested in learning about war at all, because that's a boys' thing. And it was only when I started doing the Soviet figures that I started getting into World War II. And I've got a lot of catching up to do, so I'm still learning, and I've got a lot of like niche knowledge, and then my general knowledge of it all is terrible, and that's purely World War II. I don't have a clue about if they start Napoleonicing or anything. That's that's terrible. So it would just be all these sensible men's with their quizzes, and me going, I don't know. Hey, nice things going on in the side there. Webinar is one of the worst. Oh, HMRC webinar. Like, this is to make importing and exporting really simple. But they did go quite a lot into exporting diamonds. Like, yes, I need to know this, being a large diamond exporter. You could say my minis are diamonds. Just like that, settle there. What else is on my list? What are we on? Still some people haven't liked the video. What a scandal. New releases. I'll save that one. Get in there. Spread it out. I've got to force feed you info that you don't care about between stuff that you do. New cards and a restock. Wow, what an exciting time. We had a restock of metals. So a few things that have been out of stock are now in stock. Hooray! So we've got loads of metal mostly. Restocks of the new stuff. I'll go into the new stuff in a moment. And I got some more cards done. So there's more more packagings coming along. And it's all boring, but a lot of it is the boring background stuff. It's not all riding around on tanks. I have done that, I was going to say, which is something that happens clearly a lot of Bad Squiddo, just occasionally. Oh, what's going on in there? Your minis are as precious as diamonds. Thank you. That they are. Now, if they were diamond, imagine trying to get primer to stick. That is true. I didn't fully wash. I'm such a chump. I didn't fully wash this. I thought I had, but I was lazy and I didn't get into the crevices, because what I normally do is do it with an old toothbrush and scrub in. And I didn't, like the fool that I am. And then there were a few bits and I was going, come on, take it. And it was rebelling. It was going, nope. And it's all pooling up. So there are some bits where you can't see it because I'm a professional, but I just jabbed in loads of paint in there. Going, just take it, pool it and dry. So I managed to fix it, but it's another reminder to wash your resins thoroughly in the crevices. You'll end up like Annie going, I'm not starting again. Mm-hmm. A diamond in the rough. Oh, you're also nice. What do we got? New cards and restock. Yes, that's what it is. Woo! DPD lol, I've written. There is Brexit, and there's COVID, and there's COVID, and there's Brexit, and it's making running a business really hard, and I'm very overwhelmed, to be honest, at the moment. I'll go into that in a bit too. But currently DPD aren't shipping to Europe, and they're the only ones I trust with parcels to Europe. Apparently they're back on next week, so we'll see. But I've got these trade orders that have been sat there. I think you remember me saying December when I was going to get them shipped before all of this kicked off. But then there was the Calais crisis with all the lorries parked up. So all the shipping got cancelled again. So then that ticked over into January. So still got these trade orders. So, oh, okay. So that's been a bit grumpy. Wash resins and metals to make painting fun instead. Yes, that's what you should do. What else? Yeah, what else? I want coffee. I just want more coffee today. Not for the coffiness, for the warmth. It's for the warmth. She says in a t-shirt. I've got soft. I used to start wearing big jumpers again. Stretches. Me and my housemate Andy 2D6 have been doing morning stretches. So we've found various people on YouTube, and Andy's now got an orange headband that he does as well. So we've been doing warm-ups. It was originally to start getting running again, but I just don't want to go out there in the dark now. It's just like so dark. So we've been doing that, and then next week, I think tomorrow, I'm starting the week off with some Richard Simmons. So we're doing some general workout exercise, dance-ercise. I'm trying to get going, just for keeping fit. But it's made such a difference. And I'm only talking about it because you know that I don't like talking about any sort of diet exercisey thing, because no one wants to hear that from your blooming War Games channel. But it's not for that purpose. It's for the mind. It's for the mind. So just we're not been doing anything too crazy. But all my like upper body muscles have been going, oh, we do exist. Oh, interesting. And I think all that sort of help your brain a bit as well. But I found this other channel called Bob and Brad. The most famous physiotherapists on YouTube. Very good. And they just do some desk stretches. And I thought all of you would appreciate that. Because it's that whole being hunched at a desk or hunched painting like that. And I get really like, ugh. So they've got loads of really good channels, loads of really good videos on just basic at your desk stretches. And I started doing them. I was like, oh, yes, that does make a difference. And that probably breaks up the general monotony. It forces a break if you sat doing loads of work or sat just concentrating on something. A little break up to stretch. But yeah, check them out, and we'll just have a look into moving about, because it's we're all sort of getting stuck in the house now, and moving has helped a lot for my brain, because it gets the old blood flowing, doesn't it? Helps with my wrists as well, because I've been really crap at doing physio for my wrists, and a lot of that is doing upper body stuff, getting the blood flow and getting it all like nice and soft. So entirely unrelated to anything, but put that in there because that's been quite a big part of the week. So I've been getting up at 5 and doing that every morning without fail, which is ace. And even to the point that I've been trying to finish work at 4 or around that time, because I was normally staying later and just being really burnt out. And then I come back and I'm still a lot of times a bit knackered and I don't know what to do. So I've been just doing these stretchings, just doing more stretches on YouTube, and yeah, it just makes me feel good. Walking World's Mrs. Motivator. Yes, it's me. On the subject of Andy 2D6, another plug for today. If you haven't subscribed to him, he is on YouTube, my housemate. The bigger his YouTube gets, the more rent he can pay. Do it. He has been doing some paint-along videos every Thursday, and he's been painting Sergio, the sexy sax man, and I've seen a couple of you in the chat there, because I've sort of potted along to have a look. So he's been doing just little paint-alongs with that sort of stuff, so that's cool, and you might like it. I've been on his channel a few times as well, so if you haven't seen any of them, I special guest on loads, I think I've been on there like 4 or 5 times now. So yeah, I'm coming on the show tonight, and you go, okay. So we got all of that. We are on. Where again? I've been on. It's a lot. There's a lot in this one, eh? There's a lot. I haven't even got to those new releases because I'm mean and making you wait. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Also, on the subject of Andy 2D6 again, he made such a good cake, a big multi-layered chocolate cake. But then he put it in the fridge, and I wasn't allowed to eat it till it's set. And it was just there, like the one ring or something. And going, why shouldn't I take it? But I waited, and it is delicious. It was the most delicious yet, actually. So it was a chocolate orange cake. It was very nice. Cross that. I'll put that on my list of things to mention. Andy cake. New releases then, I guess. Guess I should tell you about the new releases, which have been going down a storm. Ironically, one of the biggest hits that we have had recently has been David the Cat. And I was going to work out the percentage of people who bought him that were called David, because it was quite a lot. But he's been going out like crazy. So I've had a restock of him come in just in time because I was running out. Let's go get you David the Cat. Frustratingly, the sculptor for that is not in the UK, so I need to wait before I hire him to do more Anthro people just to see what's happening with Brexit. Because it turns out Brexit sucks. But on to that in a minute. So it turns out. So new releases. Ellie, the teenage witch, who has also gone down a storm. You've absolutely been loving this. It's been whooshing out of the and yeah, you should go buy her if you haven't seen her yet. Has anyone that's arrived yet that I've shipped out? So she's a lot different to our usual. She's a random. Is it random? Yeah, she was a sculptor bought years ago, and I just never got around to releasing her. She got shelved, and then I just thought, oh, I need to actually release this. It was in the move. I had a lot of moves around different casters and things like that. So good now. Yeah, so it was really nice to finally get her out because in my mind she'd been around for quite a while. She's a bit thinner than the rest of our minis, which is why I call her a teenage witch. Just in terms of the chonk, I think I said before, chonk of minis, that's quite chunky. Yeah, the old librarian bought David and Ellie this week. Woo! What have we got? I missed. Could you ask Michael Lovejoy? I don't think he does commissions anymore. I really like the style of Leonardo. It's because it was a random sculpt that I bought, so I've been rubbish at remembering names. But yes, I just particularly like his style. I'm not, as I said before, I'm not a massive Anthro fan. Has to be quite specific. And when I saw that sculpt, again, just on the black market of sculpts for sale, I just thought, well, I like that so much that even though it's a man and an animal, I like it that much. I'm going to buy it. So he's going to be working on some more for me, but I just want to wait at the moment because Brexit. We have released the Caravan. We got Adventurers Market, the Food Market. What did I call the donkeys? Terence. And I can't remember. What did I call them? What did I call the donkeys? But I've got all that was released. Pack Mules. And they're wicked. I haven't really done a massive shout out for them. So they've been steadily going out. They haven't had a whoomp, but I haven't really posted them everywhere. What is it? Yeah, because this week's been so mad. I put loads of the posts into scheduled posts, so I don't know when they came out or anything. But I need to do I'm going to write that down right now. Newsletter. I need to do a newsletter and put all them in there. I've got they're all in the painters as well. Painting Nights has sent me. I've posted it in Baggy's Cave as a little tease. Terence and Nigel, put it in Baggy's Cave for now. Carla at Painting Nights has painted the Caravan and the mules, and they're so good. The Caravan especially is exactly as I dreamed. And it always makes a difference to see these things painted, and just like the little beaded curtains and the rugs. It's just so nice. Hello, Pandemonium. So all of those are released. If you haven't seen them, go on to the new bit on the website because there's loads up there. So the Merchant Caravan. In fact, I'll show you here in case you haven't seen it and you think, what? Oh, I can show you Carla's actually as well. Come on. So there is the caravan. How cool is that? The best thing ever. I love it. Very sleepy. Oh, sleepy Annie. I have to rest before I do this thing later. I don't know what to do. I kind of want to eat. I haven't had my breakfast. Rambling away there. Yes. So they're all out. And also the big hands, the big stone heads. I re-released Trinity from Ghosts of Gaia 2. Another one that just for some reason never got released after the Kickstarter. I think at the time I didn't have. I had a bunch of different casters on the go, and it was in the dark days, and I think she got lost amongst everything. But now she's back, and with the casters, I was going to say the good casters, that sounds mean, are super good casters that we have that hopefully will be permanent. I kind of sometimes call them the new casters, but it's been years now. The little pig. And they're ace. So we've had Ori done, and I finally put a photo of her painted up as well. So in the new section, there's a lot. There's there's all the terrain. There's Ellie the Teenage Witch. There's Trinity. Depending on how fast the casters are at the moment, there's going to be a whole load more releases coming up quite soon, which is very exciting. So there's lots that's going to come out. So if you haven't seen it, go to the news section on the website because there is tons and there's some good deals as well. And I'm really happy with all those. Yes, I saw a comment. Was Anthro Guy going to do feline caravan merchants when you get him working? No, Shane's on those. I think he's nearly there now. So they're in the works. So they will be out. I'll let you know. I'll show you greens as soon as I've got some greens for them. But he's getting there with them. He's working on a bunch of fantasy human-y stuffs again as well. So he's got a whole bunch on the sculpting table. What else? I may have to have a bit of a pause in somewhere. I've got so many things coming out, which is great. But also just general worry about the year ahead. I think we had a Greg sighting. It might have been Karen, actually. Could have been a Greg, though. It's behind you. Kickstarter. So I've been saying for like a year now that I'm going to do a small fantasy Kickstarter. It's partly been delayed by sculptors getting ill and painters getting ill and me getting ill. And then I was going to do it at the start of... When I was going to do it? I was going to do it before Brexit, and then there wasn't going to be time. And then I was going to start doing it shortly. And I was going to tie the Jean de Clisson in with it. And now with all the stuff going on in the world, I just don't feel comfortable doing a Kickstarter. The casters are there going, do a Kickstarter. And I still might, but I don't need to decide right yet. But I kind of just want to sell things and get money. sounds wild. But hey, Remington's there. Hello. Where I want to... the stuff's been, if the sculpt's been paid for at the moment, I just want to get the money. The issue with Kickstarters is because post is changing all the time with all this, and all the legislation is up in the air. It's all a big mess with Brexit. I'm not too comfortable with people paying money for things later. And I was going to arrange it so it was quite a quick Kickstarter anyway, but it's still potentially a lot of stress. So I think I'd rather just release them as and when. I've still got to wait because I've got some of the sculpts that I'm waiting on will fit with ones that I've already got. So they can't, those packs can't come out yet or anything. but maybe even just like an Annie starter. I don't know. I know every time I say this, I end up just doing a Kickstarter, but we'll see. It sort of depends when I get the sculpts, maybe. I do want to release Jean de Clis on early, but then she was going to be a bit of a star of the Kickstarter, and I don't know. And then all of the Soviets, they're all going to be flat release. That sounds awful. Standard release. It's just the main dilemma is if I sell things via Kickstarter, I sell way more of them because that's how things work, I guess. But if I sell them non-Kickstarter, I get the money sooner. And yeah, it's that sort of juggle. So I'm still not entirely sure, but we'll see. My mind's not really in a Kickstarter mood at the moment. So yawning. Get some more coffee before I round up with misery. Rims come just in time for the misery. So yeah, when I mentioned my mood early in the week, it's mostly just been because it has been. I meant if you've been following this for a while, you'll get that running a company this size as a one person is a constant. It's just a constant, a million things in my brain, which is why getting them all out to paper is very good. A lot of it you don't see. I mentioned this before, you know, it's you don't see all the background things, you just see the like, hey, caravan! And not all of the constant, so, you know, worry, stress, calculating, managing, all of this that I do all the time. And, you know, companies the same size as me, not just me. That it's always got me at almost like I'm always just a little bit under overwhelm level. And now, because of the COVID year as a business has been extra stressful. It's even more stressful because I keep getting reminded about how GW is doing the best ever. So therefore, all war games companies must be doing amazing. So it's extra hard when sort of struggling along. People are like, did you see GW made like 8 million more pounds a second? Yep. Just wondering if I can afford my next load of sculpts, but yep. So, as with all of this stuff, say COVID and Brexit, larger companies have got the resources, they've got the teams to sort of weather out, because these are multiple storms going on at the moment, and these big companies can weather it out, they can take the hits. Smaller companies, everything else is on so much more like, so I've got to be on the ball even more, trying to learn all of the new procedure, constantly chatting to other companies in and outside of wargaming, just trying to figure out what's happening. Things like couriers stopping, some couriers saying they're not taking things without certain things. The idea of having to hire agents, it's all like the HMRC things like, so you should get this software and then train all of your staff on this software. And it's like, and I know it will sell down, and I've been confident the whole time that yawning. You know, it'll work out, stuff works out, I can beast it, I know all of that, I can be awesome. And yeah, that's all cool. Confident about Squiddo, future of Squiddo, all of that is ace. It's just what's it? It's just hard. I think it's like, I think I'm allowed to occasionally go, this does actually suck. So I'm what's it? I'm all oh yeah, that's it. I'm all I know that we can do this, but this next few months or something for all of the sort of me-ish sized companies is going to be really, really tough. Because when people say, oh, you know, by midway through this year, it'll be fine, so stop stressing. How many companies are going to go? How many aren't going to make it to that point? And that's going to be the smaller companies. So I've almost been like, I've been stressed for me. I've been stressed for my peers as well, because I can see other people struggling or struggling a lot worse, stuff like that. And that's just been like a big, all you can do is just get on with it, which is what I do. Just occasionally. Like, because the other day I just had a bit of a like, this is all very overwhelming. And then immediately got you need a positive outlook, Annie. Yes, I am the queen of positive outlooks. Just let me have my moments, just a little moment to say that it's all very stressful. What we got here? Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, so it's that, like, I'm normally, you've seen me at Overwhelm if you were there for that episode. It's yeah, I'm always like skirting around the Overwhelm, and with all the COVID stuff and all the Brexit stuff, and just things like right now I'm getting no government money, but I'm not supposed to close, which means that I have to get the tram every day to work, which fills me with like extra anxiety because I think, should I be doing this? Is this going to be, is this going to be an issue for other people? Is this safe for me? All of this sort of stuff. And but if I don't, then I need, it's going to have a big impact on the business. So while I can do things, I have to do them. So I don't mean to get into a downer at the end. But just to sort of explain that there's that in my mind all the time, just as this ongoing dread. So the fact that I'm doing pretty groovy is ace, and I'm proud of that. But I think occasionally you are allowed to just go, yeah, this sucks. This really sucks. But yeah, we'll get there. And I hope that my chums do as well. It's just things like, having sculptors overseas that currently physically cannot ship sculpts. Like, how long's that going to last? I could go on that for some time. Oh yes, the fish are happier. So I'm trying to be a bit nicer to myself, because if I mess something up or I don't get something done in time, I'm like, oh Annie, you suck. And I'm like, no, actually, I'm doing a pretty fine job, though I say so myself. So yeah, just juggling all of that stuff, and all this new legislation takes so much time and energy that you're not. Fenris mentioned it on Twitter yesterday. He said, I can't plan any new releases because all of my time and energy and brain is sorting this out. So you're not putting it into other parts. So there's kind of all that going on. But I am the queen of weathering storms, and I've weathered many a storm. So that's why, I do have a positive outlook, but a practical positive outlook rather than that sort of toxic positivity of things will be great. Like, well, the things are happening. How can we fix the things and handle the things? Because just being sad about it won't get anything done. But you're still allowed to just be sad about it sometimes. So yeah. So it's been a whole old thing. So I believe I got through all my things. Gone over again this week. So yeah, adding to that, Kickstarters don't stress me, but they stress me in the way that they take a lot of resources to run them. So I don't know if that might be stretching myself even more. So that's sort of making me go, We haven't been having bad film nights for a while, but I did watch. So I pay for my mum's Disney Plus. You got to watch. I got it so that they can watch Mando. They watched it all, and I'm not a massive fan of everything else on Disney Plus. So if you want to watch anything, Mum, watch it before I cancel it. So I've been going, what shall I watch on Disney Plus before I cancel it? I'll watch Toy Story 4. Oh, so boring. It was so boring. I knew it was going to be boring. So boring. It was worse than Bricks. It was so boring. It was unnecessary. Damn you. Making me think there could be a mildly okay film. Young Betty White. She's the best. Right, I'm going to head off. Don't watch Toy Story 4. It sucks. Maybe I'll watch a film now, actually. Maybe I will. Maybe eat something too. Yes. Thank you for coming along. If you have not already liked and subscribed, I'm getting nearer to 1,000. I can do so much more with the channel when I get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you're really bored, you could always set up another account, subscribe, get your mates to subscribe, get your mums to subscribe, all that sort of stuff. I don't have a telly, so I just put Disney Plus. Now I have this though, the tablet. I can watch things on that because for way too long. So because I was living on my own for a while, I didn't notice things that I did were weird. And now Andy lives here. He's pointed out all the things that I do that were weird. And one of them was watching films on my phone all the time. So having it propped up against a mug, what are you doing? Like watching on my widescreen. So at least now I've got the tablet to watch it on. But I just watch stuff on there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna eat some food. I cook something nice. I'm gonna watch this. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So yes, do your old cheeky subscribes and likes and all that bollocks. And have a good Sunday. And again, I've been rambling, but I'm sure you've all got your own struggles on at the moment. So I guess that someone put up early in there that it's okay not to be okay. But hopefully I can cheer you up with my shenanigans. But also, you don't have to be smiley all the time. Just most of the time. Right. Goodbye. I don't want to go. I don't go. No. But I shall. As I do my awkward trying to fumble for the close button. Bye, everybody. I hope you have a great week. I'll see you next week. I might even see you for some cheeky lives on Facebook during the week as well. Bye. And I'm still clicking the thing. Nope, still here, still here, still here, still here, still here. This is great. End stream. There it is. There it is. Goodbye.